You are in a department with people in the office to see what does the overall boss of this department has that I don't have. That should be what you should be pursuing. And even things that he does not have that you would like to have. Not just doing all kinds of professional courses that comes your way. That's not being strategic. So when you are saying being diligent means being strategic. And there is a dimension that you will enter into, which if you don't apply diligence, you cannot enter such a dimension. Being diligent means being strategic, planning for your life. Okay, we don't have too many married people here, but let's say you are married. Your salary is 200,000 naira. And then you are desiring to have 4 or 5 children. Is that being strategic? Is that being strategic? No. So, as individuals, you must sit down and plan very well. Even as students. It's very important. So, if you are desiring to get a certain job, you should begin to ask yourself, the requirements for this job, do I have the certifications? It is those things you should begin to save money for. You got small money, the next thing you've bought shoe, you've bought clothes. While all of those are good, you must understand that there is actually time for everything. Because if the cloth you are supposed to wear tomorrow, you wear it today, you'll be naked tomorrow. So there is time for everything. Many believers are busy and taking action, but they are not diligent. They are taking action, they are doing something, but they are not what? Diligent. Diligence is not just hard work. You must be strategic, and diligence involves the sacrifice of time, energy, and risk. So, diligence is not only being strategic, it's also being a sacrifice. It must cost you something. That when others are having siesta, you decide to say, I'm not sleeping now. Sleep, be far away from me. I need to pay attention to what matters. Somebody sang Dangote Olori Meji. Like, Dangote doesn't have 2 heads. The same way, people that have 300, 350 in Jam Squad, they don't have 2 heads more than you that have 180. They don't have 2 heads. It means that they've done something that you haven't done. And if you are ever going to come before kings, because the Bible says that, seest thou a man that is what? What will happen to him? So, if you are going to come before kings, and when I say kings, I mean influential people, people that matters, you must be diligent. And it starts from now. So, you must pay attention to sacrificing time. It will cost you time. Anything that will be worthwhile in life requires time. Nathaniel Bassey, Duso Yeko, that we all see now doing great, didn't just start today. They've been doing the thing years back when people did not know them. Greatness takes time. So, whatever it is you are doing that you believe will take you to that place you are going, continue to do it. Be resilient. Don't give up. The fact that you wrote exam and you didn't pass it, go and write it again. In Yoruba, they says, Teshiba Dani Amatun Tun. Because fail, F-A-I-L, means first attempt in learning. It's just a bend. It's not the end. So you cannot just put yourself to a stop because you failed. As a matter of fact, I don't see anyone in life that have succeeded that will not tell you that they have failed along the path. If I tell you that they never failed in life, they must be telling you a lie. let me use myself as example. I finished with the first class, but before finishing with that first class, I had a carryover. Oh yes. I failed a GST course. I didn't like the course. I didn't like it. That's the truth. You know, philosophy. You know, some of the things they were talking about were against God, and I failed it. But I had to write it again. So, why I'm saying this is that you have failed, you wrote WAEC, you didn't have all your papers, go and write it again. Put in the time. You wrote JAM, you didn't meet up with the school, go and write it again. Don't say, my mates have gone. It's not their fault that you did not do what you should do when they were doing what they were doing. Go and do it again. That song says, we fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. You've done a business, you didn't pass, you didn't do well in that business. Go and do it again. Maybe you've written a song, and when you did the album, it was just the album. Nobody bought it. Don't stop. Continue. Praise the Lord. So, diligence will cost us time. And time itself is created when we have an event. And value will only flow to people that has created an event in time. What do I mean? If this young man wakes up tomorrow to say he wants to get married, and he just tells me, I will say, okay, no problem. But the moment he puts a date and say, on so date, I will be getting married, you notice that people will then adjust their schedule for that date. Not only that, people will now begin to look for money to set aside to give him. Because what? He has created an event and assigned time to it. So the question is, what event are you creating that will make time to flow your way? In 1990, or before 1990, there was nothing like Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg just woke up one day and decided to create an event that people can meet themselves, become friends, see what others are doing, right? On account of that event that he created, all of us now, as we are doing that, we are paying for data, right? We are paying for time. We are not paying for that service. We are paying for the time that Zuckerberg has invested in creating that event. That is the way we are too. What event are you creating that will cause value to flow your way? You won't create anything if you don't spend time. If you are learning a craft, it requires time. Whatever it is you are learning, spend time with it. Don't just gloss over things. If it's your own is fashion, learn it properly. Don't announce yourself when you are not ready, because it will bring disgrace. There are some persons I have had to patronize their work before to sew things for me, and when I saw what they did, I said, this is not up to standard. I didn't complain. I just did not patronize them again. And that's the problem. When you announce yourself before being ready, what happens is that you bring disgrace and you won't get continued patronage. So that people will tell others about you. And that's what we are talking about, you appearing before kings. When you are good at what you do. David is there. 7-8 years ago, when David will sew clothes for me, he's always full of complaints. And he knows I will always complain. This trouser is this, that one is that. But over time,